Monday morning. Yeah, obviously I didn't, film much last week. It got on top of me, if I'm honest. My week got on top of me. I don't like it when that happens. I was chatting to someone this morning, bumped into someone, mate of mine, at the petrol station, and we were just chatting. He was like, "What are you doing? Why are you getting stressed?" And he's right. But anyway, sometimes when you're in the moment. So what I've done this morning is I've come in, I've just put all the sheets back down. Seems a bit pointless really over the weekend, just leaving ice because they're not actually here, but yeah, I like to have a little bit of a reset. Right, so again, not much is going to happen for a couple of days, although there will be a lot behind the scenes going on. So basically, I'm going to take care of this cupboard now. So what I did is at the weekend, I went in, I cut some boards that are in the van, and just got some plaster from the workshop, because there's bits that I'll re-skim in here and there's bits that I'll just board off. I don't want to introduce too much water because obviously I'll put the cupboards in, so I'm effectively probably just going to dab and skim this, panel all that off and panel the ceiling, rather than, I was going to skim the ceiling, but I'm going to panel it and add a bit of rigidity to it, I think, because it's absolute mess. All the joists are loose. I've no idea how it's still staying up there, but I'm going to make it stronger somehow. Right, so again, like I said, there won't be a great deal of progress today because I'm just going to do that. I might drop this cupboard in if I can get that to work. Like the larder unit thing, I should be able to get that done. And I'm just ordering bits as well, just like, yeah, a few little things I've got to add last minute. So I will pick you up as and when, but until I get like the doors and that on, that's the money shot really, isn't it? But you don't want to put them on too early. Last thing you want to do is put them on too early because they'll just get damaged. Or what also happens is when you put the doors onto it, I like to put the door, if the customer's here, it'd be a good idea to get the doors on because it looks nice. But your painting then slowed down, and then you've guaranteed anything you want when you want something, it's inside the bloody cupboard. Right, and you don't know where it is. So, radio on, you're going, radio's on, and I'm going to crack on with it. Speak to you in a little bit. Another update for you. Right, so I've done in here. I just patched in this plaster work. I've left it. I actually battened along the top so that because there's a solid timber along there, which I'm going to fix a large beam across there to help support that floor. Because although these stairs weren't actually supporting the floor, they were tying things together, and the stringer was bolted into here, and it was propping against this joist, which is now deflecting a little bit. I think it was probably always deflecting, but it's definitely, there's a joist in the middle which was not propped by anything, but I've re-strengthened that as well. So yeah, and then I've just put some mess in here, but then I've just applied all this out. I'll caulk and paint all this and just have it all with that beam in there, have all this just sort of one colour again. I've got to get up here, I don't know if all this lath and plaster's fallen out, so that's the old ceiling height, and I've just gone back to the joists in places just with a bit of 12mm moisture resistant MDF. But I'll make it look good in the end with paint. That's just inside the cupboard basically. What else have I done? So I've dominoed and clamped these bits on here. These are going to take my hinges. Patched in a bit of plaster down there. And really just like annoyed myself because I've left something at the workshop, so I've just had to go and get that. So I've got these boards here which I cut yesterday and put through the edge bander yesterday, and these are going to make up this larder unit. It goes in here next to where the washing machine's going, which will actually just completely cover off all the crap then. I'm just going to stay a bit later. Well, it's only about 3:30 now. I'm going to stay a little bit later and get that done, I think. But I went to the workshop and cut all the boards on the panel saw and edge banded them, but I didn't have my domino with me because I left it here, so I'm just going to domino it all here and make it here really. I might give it a little go filming actually. time lapse for you there. Just a little bit something different. I bet that looks shit. But anyway, yeah, it's tons of practice. A million bolts left over. No, I'm joking. That's out there actually for this like front mechanism. So this won't have a door on it that opens. Like with that, it'll have a separate door, and then you'll pull this open. So I'm probably in the morning I might nip a machine a bit of oak. It will basically take care of that. You know what to do, or just a piece of MDF and spray it with a handle on. But I've set it back 18 mil. I think so. I've double checked that. I'll really think about it overnight and see what I'm going to do. So I'll do a measure now. Just have a little think about it overnight. What I think is going to look good. So I've got to imagine the door. Got to imagine the door's going to have doors going to be open to there. Which is tight, but it'll open. So that'll open out. Then you have that out to there, and then yeah, you really do want something on the front of here, but yeah, normally you just have a door on it. At some point you see inside it, you know, you can't, probably just want to hide even just that bit there. So I'll think of something. Right, morning, Tuesday morning. Good morning. Yeah, I've just come into the workshop at 7:30. I've got a piece of oak up here which I'm going to struggle to use. It's like, it should be 1.5 sawn, but it came out a bit thin. When I picked it up, I didn't spot it. I'll try and pick the slightly thicker boards, but it's long and thin, so I'm going to struggle to use that. And it's a decent, just looking to see, I'm not sure I know more. Yeah, it's a shame to cut it, but basically I'm going to use that for that larder unit. I'm just going to cut a bit. I think I'm just going to cut a bit 100 mil wide, roughly the height of the cupboard, almost like just a long handle, see what that looks like. Anyway, I'll cut it, oil it, take it to the job, try and fit it today, so we can have a little look at that and see if I think it's going to look any good for the customer. Yeah, there's the doors under like a high light actually, if you look right, don't they? You can see a bit of the grain come through, which I think looks nice. Not like too much, just a little bit. Anyway, yeah, it's really good actually. Right, cool. Right, so I'm going to cut a machine. I can't film it because I left my tripod at work, but I'll machine it all now, and we'll go from there. Yeah. 9:30. 9:30. Can't see. What an idiot. Yeah, it's 9:30. Yeah, I'm on the job now, and I've just quickly fitted that to the door. I'll give it a dry run. I've taken it off and oiled it, and yeah, that's it. I think that looks quite nice. Obviously that'd be behind the door anyway, but I just think when you open it, washing machine tumble jar in there. Yeah, that works quite well. Looks nice as well, nice and yeah. Better than putting knots and stuff on it, I think. Keeping it clean. Yeah. Alright then. Sort of matches these actually. These infills for the shell, for the hinges. Yeah. So it gives the theme all the way around. Talking shit now, Matt, but let's go. Right, I'm going to try and cut this bench into here now. Should be a process, won't it? Right then, let's go. Right, that's all done then. Yeah, it looks pretty good to be fair. That's what it's going to be like when it's all done. You see, the only thing I could have done was made the joints come even with the panels, but I kind of wanted to keep it even to the opening, so when it's open, you know, it looks like it's meant to be there essentially. And then, you know, the reason I've kept it back, give it a bit of strength, because I could have just done all this in one piece, come out here. The problem is then when you open it, if this is out of square, it will catch that, and have actually had that happen. Caught me out on a boot room I did last year. I didn't think about it until, you know, because I was paneling the walls. I thought I could panel it square, but the house was so out of square, I could only lose it X amount. Yeah, so yeah, it's worked out well. The scribes come out pretty nice as well. It's all tight into there. Obviously the back is loose, but we're going to panel that. And then I've given it about a mil all the way around anyway. Not on purpose, but yeah, it's got a bit of room to move now. Plus that wall, these walls are a bit old, so I sealed the edge anyway. Just thought any moisture coming through might, I don't know if it will, but the side of the house, it does look damp on the externals. Okay, right, so I think I'm going to go to the workshop now and paint. And it's tidy up tomorrow, just face all this tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just quickly seal the edges of what I've just cut, and then yeah, I've got like hinges and everything turning up today, and the runners for that, so I can actually be away tomorrow morning picking all that up from where it's been delivered to, and just coming here tomorrow with doors that have been painted. Why didn't it shut then? Yeah. With doors that have been painted, and yeah, guess maybe focus on getting these on. Yeah, that's it really. Yeah, the thing is, this is missing the clips that clip it to the door. I've emailed them, they've said they've sent them, but don't know, I've been waiting now. Oh, I'll fit that while I'm here. Right, anyway, yeah, I'll update in a little bit, I guess, if I bother, I don't know. All right, and why I said that. All right, might speak to you tomorrow. All right, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. I'm gonna be wrapped up tomorrow. That's the plan. He says. So last night I went to the unit and I painted the door, hand painted them, and I ran out some bits and bobs. I drilled the hinges for that top, which I'll show you in a minute, and I ran out a piece of ash. I basically put in there. There was a slight dip in the seat. I flattened this as much as I could, but it is only 9mm MDF, so. Yeah, now I'll just whack these in. I've got plenty of decent fixings. I've just whacked these in. I think I'll probably just keep them. It might look quite quirky inside that cupboard. And then that cupboard just needs white paint in there, flashing all out in white. And then I'm just going to then just let her tell me what she wants in there. Drop this lid on. So, you know, this is working well now. The only thing I'll need to do is put a, I'll have to order a stay, so that, you know, if a kid knocks that, that's quite a lot of weight coming down, which I knew I was going to have to do something, but yeah, now I can measure it, and Blummer ever so good, they got all the schematics on the website, so I can, you know, I'm sure it'll just be a standard issue thing. Right, so now what I'm going to do is tidy up, and I'm going to jump on setting up these doors. I've got the plumber coming to do the connections on the other side, because I'd only drilled through, and I might nip off and just make all of that off site, and then at some point today I've got to come in and just caulk these gaps. I put a little bit in yesterday because I know what caulk's like. It has a tendency to shrink, so if there's anything more than a mil, I'll pre-caulk it and I'll caulk it again. Right, yeah, I'll pick you up hopefully when it's tidier, and maybe even them doors on. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Really, I need to have them on today actually. Right, okay, probably got half hour tidying up though. Right, I'll speak to you in a little bit. Nearly done for the day. Unbelievable how long that took, but you know, that's what you get. It's got to all be described in, you see. You can see how far out. Still got to wipe the glue off, but you can see how far out it is. And even then, you know, I can't put my doors down in level. Can't put them in level. That's 65mm out overall. And it's leaning back about 35mm. So there's tiniest step in the doors, but and they're leaning right back. But it's, you know, that's the way of it, isn't it? Really, it worked well anyway. Nice. What's that noise? It's dragging on all the crap. Yeah, it's dragging on all the grip. That's what I have to do right now. It's come from the ceiling, isn't it? But yeah, it worked well. Oh man. Right. I'm not going to tidy up, am I? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of caulking, a bit of filling, just so tomorrow I can just tidy and paint. Yeah. Right, it's Friday evening, afternoon. It's actually Thursday, but it's Good Friday tomorrow, so I'm gonna. This is my Friday. I'm finishing today. So I think the last time I picked it was yesterday. I'm doing a time lapse of fitting all this. You see how it looks pretty nice now, doesn't it? All this will get painted as well, in the same colour. I haven't got the handles, so it's a bit of a struggle to open the doors. There we are. But this is how I'm finishing the inside. I've still got to paint this little bit inside there, but we have these oak trims, and then this will all get painted and there'll be shelves in here. And then that'll be the same for, obviously in this cupboard here we've got, can't do this, I'm filming. In this cupboard here we've got this ladder thing that pulls out, just clears the door. Got a slight problem with these hinges, where that one just doesn't want to shut, so I have to put it on a catch. Because they're different hinges, I can't use the cabinet hinges because basically when you open and shut it'll hit the washing machine hinges. Can't think of the word, doesn't really matter, it's late. Who cares? I've got to go home now and get that bin bracket, because it got delivered to my house rather than the job. But when they sent this out, they didn't send the brackets for it to fit to a door, even though we ordered and paid for them. This will be the laundry chute cupboard with some shelves and stuff in. Yeah, sort of taking shape, you can imagine. Well, is it taking shape? It's the same. I've got that in there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go home, get that on, tidy up, and then do it. It'll be dark, that's the only thing, but I'll do a video then, and then that'll be my week done. Yeah, I'll catch you up in a little bit. Right, it's Thursday, it's about 8 o'clock, it's not dark, so it's crap in here, but so I'm not going to get any good videos or pictures of it. However, we're done. Got to get the handles on, obviously. This is the pull-out bin. Bit awkward about the handles on, but you can just about open the doors. What I normally do is I'll put some masking tape now over the, just like wrap it around the edge of the door, so they've used it as a little tab to open things. Because at the moment, if I want to open this drawer, I've got to put my hand inside. Not a big deal, but they'll want to open things. Have a little look at what's going on. Same with these. These look nice, don't they? Yeah, now they're, I mean, that's just tied that area in, really. See them open. They work ever so nice as well. Yeah, just want some painting, really. And then I think what I'll do is, actually, I'll come back here on Tuesday. I'll come back. The electrician coming on Tuesday, because he's got to basically get a cable from there. That's the feed. It's going to feed another wall light, which is going to go here, where that one was basically, but on this beam. But that means I've got to cut these shelves back, otherwise it'll hit the lampshade. I'm going to wrap this round here. I'm going to do a drawing for over the weekend and make that shaker panelling, continuing that detail round. So we'll tidy that area up, we'll tidy this area up with a look at maybe tidying this bit up here and maybe boxing the skirt in. So probably speak to her about it. The only annoyance I've got really is I've used these hinges for this. So everything else, so you can see those hinges there, they're like a little concealed hinge. You don't see it from the outside. I don't normally use butt hinges. And if you open this, you can see, you can't see, it's gone really dark. Can't see a thing, can you? Oh my word. Right, let's take you over here, maybe you can see over here. Unbelievable. There we are. So you can see I'll mount a piece of oak on, like a veneer board for the hinge to sit on. I use these cabinet hinges because you can adjust the doors. Over time, these doors are going to want a bit of adjustment. I mean, you can just see it against the wall there. The butt hinges, they work well, but you're sort of limited really when you're chopping them in. So, but on this unit here, because this unit was basically always going to be a single door, and this was always going to be a double door, because the washing machine's going in there. But then the lady wanted to add this, so I've had to move it because that was going to hit there originally. So I had to move it over to add this. Then the lady wanted a separate unit built inside there, so it made this again much smaller. So everything I've been doing to this unit has been compromising this detail and the size of this unit. So it doesn't seem like a big thing now, and I always struggle with this. But if I'd have made that unit 40mm bigger, I could have just used cabinet hinges. And then the doors would work perfect. But I didn't. What's 40mm? You know, you're just trying to save a bit of space for the customer. And yeah, hasn't worked. Never mind. I mean, better than that door though, isn't it? Yeah. So, back here Tuesday really. Whether or not I can get a thumbnail out of this, I don't know. Right then, I'll see you next week. Oh, we haven't showed you this, have I? And then you got this here. Got a secret drawer. I shouldn't have told you, should I? And then obviously the lid. You can see that's an oak lid, obviously. Nothing special, but and I'll probably just have to come up with a stay for that. I sort of knew I'd have to do it, but it's not very safe for the kids. It's a big slab of oak. Just shut that, you just push it in. You should know that. Right. Should we try and get one? Should we try and get a thumbnail? Have these doors shut. Oh, they shut lovely. Oh, okay, they shut really nice. Working at night. You don't hear the volume on the thumbnail.